Merlot has been such a part of my life. So my stepfather, Steve Simon, he's always loved Merlot. And I am so thankful for that, because being in the industry, there was a really long time where Merlot was so out of favor. There was a time period in the late 90s. Like how long ago is that? I mean, we were, yeah, they were born, maybe, yeah. So in the late 90s, early 2000s, you know, there was a lot of bad Merlot being produced. But you know what? That gave the winemakers a kick in the pants to get their Merlot back on track. And man, oh man, like this, I really love this Merlot.
Well, that's what I drink. I love Merlot.
Good. So this Merlot in particular, I'm not alone in loving it. It did just get 91 points. It is our Ali Sheedy in the Breakfast Club here. So even though she's kind of a shrinking violet, even though she's kind of a basket case because what's happened to her in the past, she becomes beautiful, and you know what? She pairs really well with this guy too. This does have a couple different grape varieties in there. There is a little bit of Cab Franc, and Petit Syrah blended in. But I can smell this from here. I haven't even picked up my glass of wine. So it's got spice, and it's got a really ripe, rich berry quality to it. I just think that there are a lot of people out there that are drinking a lot of red blends, and they don't realize that they're drinking predominantly Merlot. That's the thing. And it's kind of funny because it almost like takes you back to the French, you know, the Bordeaux styles. They take these together and they're like, okay, let's make something, you know, maybe the Merlot's drinking or growing better this vintage, maybe the Cab is, but Merlot to me should be like grandma. Merlot should be warm and inviting and supple and a little bit soft around the edges, but it has to have a bit of tannin and acidity. And tannin's that like kind of structure, that tactile feeling.
Spelling it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect for spaghetti.
All the tomato dishes that are coming out.
Exactly. And you know, like a really nice tomato on a burger with a really like a little bit like nicer, finer cheddar cheese.
Or an Impossible burger with vegan cheese on top.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
For me.
For you. That too. Yeah, Merlot, man, it's time for it to shine. I'm a big proponent of it. And I think that this is something that you can put in people's hands, or you can take to a party and change people's minds.
That's the thing, because people still look at that. They still look at Merlot and go,
is Merlot still the...
I don't want to do a Merlot.
Yeah.
I need a nice red. So then I'll come over and I'll say, well, I'm really into Merlot. Let's go over by the red blends. And they just don't get it. They just don't want to try. Or they probably never even had a Merlot.
The good ones have that structure, have that nice like little bit of leanness, and right now like my palate is zipping, and it has a really nice finish.
Yeah, there is.
It's a beautiful bottle of wine.
I do love red blends.
Yes.
I love red blends. I love a good Bordeaux. You know?
And it's interesting nowadays because there are so many red blends that are, you know, predominantly Zinfandel or predominantly Cabernet, or you just don't really know what you're getting, and a lot of people don't even put on the back what you are
what
getting.
blends there, yeah.
So it goes to a place like this. If you're in the supermarket, nobody's there. Nobody's there to kind of say, oh, what kind of wines do you like? Do you like something drier? Do you like something more tannic? What do you normally drink? That's why you come to a place like Manistee Beverage Company, right? Because they've tasted them. They've sat down with somebody like me who goes through the varietals and is like, okay, you know, this is a Cab drinker's Merlot. But somebody who loves Merlot will love this as well, or even a red blend drinker.